So I'm gonna have to remember to cut all of that out and bring it back. So, greetings, everyone. Dr. Aikyna Finch here. I am so excited to be back with you. And, I haven't done a lot of live streaming in 2020. And so I figured it was time for me to catch up with everyone. Um, Thank you, everyone, for popping in and for, checking me out. So let's talk about some of these lessons I learned in 2020. So, at the beginning of the year, because it's 2020 and, the year of perfect vision and all the things. And, so I had all these plans in place to grow and get great and be great. Hey, everybody. And, and so I had all these things I was gonna do, and things I would places I was gonna speak, and products I was gonna come out with, and coaching programs, and all these things, right? And then COVID hit. Okay, COVID hit, and I remember in COVID when it finally hit, I was getting an award, and so I went to I do believe Greensville. And when I came back, there was not a square of toilet paper in Nash Vegas. And that was a sign. I was like, oh Lord. I was literally on my computer buying toilet paper from China. Okay? Because there was none to be found in a guide 1,000-mile radius. Okay. Okay. And I was like, what is really going on? I said, it's kind of humbling when you got all these things going on and you work real hard and all you can think about is where you going to get your next squares to do your thing. I was like, oh my goodness. So that kind of took me aback. And I know y'all are like, why are we having this conversation? Because that is how hard COVID started shifting you. And then we went on lockdown. And I mean, when we couldn't even hardly go to the grocery store, and we couldn't even hardly go down the street. And yes, I'm an introvert and I have been in my house for at least 4 years. Okay. Besides going to conferences, but it's one thing to choose to be in the house, but it's a whole nother thing when you are told you can't leave your house because people are dying when they leave their house. Okay. Are y'all understanding this? You know, that's when stuff your mind start playing tricks on you, right? So of course we go right into what is our next steps. Well, I'm a member of ICF, and so a lot of them have coaching practices where they meet with each other, meet with their clients one on one. And so they were practically devastated, some of them. Oh, what am I going to do now? And you know me, I'm like, what you mean? What you gonna do now? You gonna get on Zoom, you gonna get on StreamYard, and you gonna continue your sessions. Because right now, in the middle of a pandemic, is when they need you the most. Okay? And so what triggered me next was what? Technology. It dumbfounded me how many people were really just doing their businesses on on site or on ground or just local. you know I was and we're doing well with that, but it just didn't make I thought that most people were past that. Maybe I was having a brain fart, I don't know. But I thought most people were past that. And then you saw the restaurants. all of the local businesses were basically dying because they were so used to face stuff. And I took for granted how I could go down the street to McDonald's, or I could go down the street to Burger King, or I could go down the street, and get food in the middle of one of my, long night things where I get an epiphany. And you stuck in your house, you can't go out, you can't network, you can't socialize. So what do? Hello, everyone. Come on in, come in. And please join in the conversation, right? I'm a storyteller, so y'all got to ride the ride. So, what do? I started getting calls from people who wanted to learn about technology. How do I go on live stream? How do I go on Zoom? So what did I do? I became the one of the facilitators for my coaching group, and I started showing them how to use these things. And we started meeting on Zoom because people were starting to have separation anxiety. And so we started doing different classes on Zoom, that things like that. Then I saw, of course, conferences were counseling left and right. Left, right, left, right. All my bookings are going down, down, down. Plus, I had an event, the Social Power Summit. So, I reached out to the people, and of course, they were like, "Oh, this is too soon. We should be done with this by September." I told them, "Okay." Okay. You know, then I called in July. Oh, we'll be done with this by September. I said, okay. So when we got to about August, I was like, look, we got to come up with something. I had to get corporate office into it because, honey, the little man was trying to ignore me. That's not how we roll. But I'm moving a little forward into my story, right? So I need to bring it back. So we're working with technology and we're working on the things. Well, some told me to sit. Okay. Hey, hello, Patricia. Hey, Cheryl. Some told me to sit, right? And it told me to just sit and watch. Okay. And I'm just busy. But I kind of listened, and I sat back and I stopped doing all of the things that I would have normally done to be busy. And I just started using this time as a reflection time. Because as the pace that I was moving in, I never really had time to reflect on myself, or reflect on things that I can change and do. And so I had all this plan together, right? But, I didn't have a contingency plan. I did not have a contingency plan on what if this stuff didn't succeed, because, in my mind, whatever I was going to do, it was going to happen. But you can't sell your book at conferences when there's no conferences, right? And you can't talk about your programs at conferences when there's no conferences. And you can't, you can't do networking parties when you're not networking. I mean, especially live, you can't do these things, right? So, what was my contingency plan? And what he was telling me is that even though, thank you, right, the rest of us didn't have a contingency plan either. Right, you're right about it, and but see, this was a learning lesson. He said, hold up, let me wait on this thing for a minute, right? I need you to see some things. And he sat me by myself and really made me think about what was going on and what I liked and what I didn't like in my business. Is my business doing everything that I wanted to do? Am I touching the people the way I want to touch them? So what happened? I canceled my membership site because I want to go in another direction. Is the membership coming back? Yes, it is. Okay. It is coming back, and it'll come back in January, but it's going to be more of a collaborative group where women and men who are really about their business and are ready to do the thing and want a community of servant leaders and things around them to do the thing. So that is what we're bringing to this membership site. It's not going to be all tech. It's going to be so if you want to start a podcast, we have something for you. If you want to start a if you want to write a book, we got something for you. If you want to start a membership site, we have something for you. Whatever it is that you're thinking about doing, we have something for you. And then we have a support system for you. We're going to have speakers for you, all that thing. That is the kind of stuff. I want to build a community. I want to be able to connect with my people, and I want it to be real talk. That's the type of stuff that we coming out with in January. Okay? All right. And this is talking about lessons that I learned. Okay? Like Cheryl said, that's a word, because was I really serving my people anymore in the direction that I was heading in? Right? Was I really serving? Was I really standing the way I stand? Like, not Dr. Finch, but Aikyna. Was I standing in Dr. Finch, or was I standing in Aikyna's core values? And I had really forgot who Aikyna was in a way. Everything was leading Dr. Finch, business, 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 but that's really, honest and for true, not me. And so many other pieces and parts, for those who really know me and have really interacted with me, will tell you I am not really that driven like that. I'm really I want to see what you're doing, and I want to help you, and I want to help mold and shape you. Okay? And so I had to take it back to my roots, is what he was telling me. Okay? And so a lot of things happened. I went back to church. And why that is important is because I went back to a church that I didn't gel very well with at one time. But I knew that, but it wasn't the leader, it was the people. Okay? And so, but I realized that leader was for me. And I had to get past all the stuff in the past from the people. And I need to be with under the teaching of the leader. Okay? Same for us. There y'all go. Right. And see, this is the thing. Because when you have to get past yourself, hello Bathsheba darling, when you have to realize that when people hurt you or take you out of your comfort zone or do the things to you, uh and then you have to humble yourself to go back and do what you were called to do in that space. I'm not ignoring you, ma'am. I am not ignoring you, Patricia King Williams. All right. So, see, this is the thing. Yes, of course, I knew that I needed him. Of course, I knew that. And, so with that being said, sometimes you got to let your pride go and go back to your roots. And so I went back and I went under the leader. And in August, I preached my first sermon at that church. I preached my second sermon at the church in September. I did worship leader. I'm now doing the least worship leaders thing. And I actually sung a song in the choir yesterday. Encourage yourself of all things, right? Yes, I see you, Prashan. I look forward to hearing from you. And I say all this to say, where some people try to discredit what you're about and what you do. Um there's somebody out there that believes in you. And but it's usually blocked with opposition because he wants to know if you really got if you built, as Patricia say, for tough. Okay? So he's gonna put opposition in your way in order to see what you really made of. And even after all the mess, the mire, the muck, are you going to come on back to where you're supposed to be and make that thing happen? Are y'all feeling me with this? Y'all feeling me? And I had to get past myself and realize that whatever I was going to be, I needed to be that in him. Okay? So, with that being said, I had to shave off some layers, and just come in there. Now, I'm going to say this, and some of them are on my Facebook, so I promise you they'll attest that this is true. I came in there, and the first meeting, my bishop basically told them they need to check themselves because you can't just be trying to run folks away, you know. And then, of course, when she left, they were like, "Oh, sis, don't worry about that. We know how you feel." I was like, "Cut it, cut it," because I'm like, "Look, what you're really asking me is what happened." So I broke it down to them and told them what happened. And then I ended it with, "And if nothing is going to change, please let me know so I can go on back to my house because I got other things to do." We haven't had any problems since, because I told them I was too old and I was too tired to deal with the what. Okay? And it was what it was. We have had no more problems. So, basically, sometimes you just got to put it on the table and you got to let people know where you stand. And you got to show people how to treat you. You got to teach them how to treat you. If y'all are just going along with the mess, so this is another lesson. As y'all can see, I've been flowing with the lessons, but I'm finna pull this one out to you. If you've been flowing with the mess, accepting the mess, dealing with the mess, it's time for you to let the mess go. Let the mess know that you're done and you're letting them go. Okay? And this is how you treat me going forward. Is that making any sense to anybody? I hope it is. Because it was the best thing ever. It was very liberating. Because when you're sitting there in the middle of COVID and you're finding out and realizing who you are, and all you have is yourself, then everything comes crystal clear. You realize what and who you are not and who you are going to tolerate. Okay? So that is a lesson. I want y'all to decide how you're going to be treated and stand for nothing less than what you're worth. Okay? That is one thing. That's a charge I'm putting out there to y'all. All right? So, onward and upward on the lessons. So, he's telling me to be still so that I can see some things, right? But of course, I still kept working here and there, and I started really honing in over there on the university side because, I'm a parallelpreneur. Parallelpreneur. I do. I train faculty at a university, and I also have two businesses. Okay. Um, and so I started doing more work with the university. Well, come around June, something started happening. I moved in. I moved from my apartment into my house that I bought in December, but didn't move into it until the end of May. And in June, my whole system shifted. My whole body just started going wackadoodle. Well, that's the time when the hospitals wasn't taking you, right? I didn't get to see a doctor until a month and a half later. And basically, I saw the doctor. The next week, I was taking tests. And then 4 days later, I was having surgery. That's how fast it went. And had the COVID test, all of that good stuff, locked in the house, all that good stuff, and then I was on lockdown because of the surgery. He had to put me on my butt in order for me to really see, uh, you know, what I really had and what I really didn't have, if that makes sense. Um, who was, who was in your corner, who wasn't in your corner, who was just, whatever. Okay. Um, and then he gave me another challenge on top of that I had to deal with. It eventually got fixed, but my whole mind was racing. It's one thing when you think you have all the time in the world, and then all of a sudden your time for whatever it is cut short. Oh yes, no problem. I appreciate being transparent because these are lessons that a lot of people are going through in this COVID time, and they don't have nobody to talk about it with. Okay? They don't have anybody to connect with, they don't have anybody to share with, and this is an important time. And so I want my people to know, yes, sickness, illness, and lack of finances. Exactly. Yes, it will. Yes, it will. Now, I wasn't really lacking of finance. If I was, I really didn't feel it. Because all the other stuff was going on. You know, I realized that I'm not money centric, which is very interesting, because the way everybody's teaching, you got to make this money, you got to make this money, you got to make this money. I'm not motivated by money. And this would have been the perfect time for, especially with what I do, to push, 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 push. But he told me to sit. I couldn't do. No, I know what you're talking about, Kim. But which is right, which is right. But no, I was making a point from that. But no, no, no. I know you weren't talking about me specifically. Okay. And the point is that I wasn't really motivated by money. A lot of people were. And so their stuff just crashed and burned with all this. But I was motivated with I had another type of motivation. I learned how to appreciate life. I learned how to smell the roses. I had been push, 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 that I had forgot what the roses smelled like. I forgot what grass felt like. Honestly, I haven't walked in grass in years. I mean, simple stuff like that. Being able to just hang out with my cousins and my friends, because they came over while I was, on bed rest, and because I couldn't move, so they would so I was kind of forced to like sit and listen, right? In retrospect, but I enjoyed it, because I had never really had that time because I was so go 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 go, and so it started a shift in me. So I decided that time waits for no man, right? Or woman in my case. And so I wanted to start doing some of the things that had been in my deep in my spirit. Okay? And I know a lot of y'all have a lot of those deep in your spirit type of things that now y'all have more time to focus on. The next lesson is start bringing out the stuff that you think about first thing in the morning and go to sleep and think about the last thing you go to bed. This is the time to move any of those things that's been coming up into your recollection. Start exploring these things. They're being put there for a reason. He's clearing out the negativity. He's clearing out a path for you. Okay? So take the opportunity to develop and birth whatever it is inside you that's supposed to be birthed. I'm speaking to somebody because that was not on the agenda. But I hope whoever it was got it. Okay? So I was like, okay, what have I always wanted to do? What have I always been good at? So I said I wanted to start corporate coaching, getting corporate clients. So what did I do? I said, I'm gonna figure out how to get uh women owned business, minority owned business certified. Just so happened one of my friends called me and she was like, "Oh, I already have that." She says, "You just go to this place here and put the link in my thing." She didn't just, say, "Oh, you need to do it." She didn't say, "Oh, go to this place." No, she put the link in my thing and said, "Go here." And I said, "Okay." And I went there. And now, since I clicked on that link, I'm now a vendor for the state of Tennessee. And I'm almost done with my paperwork for my minority and women owned business certification. I'm going to go ahead and get those corporate clients because something in me is needed by the corporate community. He keeps putting it in my head, so I'm going to do that thing. How many of y'all have been having something in the back of your head saying, you need this, you need to do this, you need to do this right now, you need to do this? Something in you is processing, and you need to go ahead and let that thing happen. And once you start it, he's going to give you the blueprint for it. He's going to give you the blueprint. So don't worry about it. Because see, blessings are activated by action. So as soon as you start working on that thing, he's going to bring you all the pieces that you need and all the people you need to do that thing. So I know somebody has a thing that is birthed inside of them and they just want to work it out. Okay? Okay, and I see y'all in the comments. Thank you so much. Thank you. But it's not, it was all about I finally start activating what I was supposed to activate. You may really want a thing to happen, and I really wanted some of those things to happen, but they wasn't working the way I needed them to work. But once I start putting action and skin in the game into what I was supposed to work at this particular time, all this other stuff started coming. All this other stuff start coming. So I need y'all's opinion on something. I'm thinking about doing a faith-based component to my business. Okay? I'm thinking about doing different tech teachings and stuff for people who are trying to do things for the marketplace ministry, kingdom building, that type of thing. Do you think that's needed? Do you think that's needed? Do you think somebody would want that? Okay? Just put that in the comments. Yes, no, maybe so. And I would like to know what you have birthed in you, because y'all know I'm a connector. So, whoever is watching this video after the fact might see something that you are working with that they need. Because I cannot do a live stream and not share what all of you are doing. So, what is something that you birthed out of COVID that you think people need to know about? Or something that you've been working on that people need to know about? Yes, I do know you are that Naomi Roof girl. I do know. Okay, I see some yes. I see yes, very much so. Okay, very good, very good. All right. Well, I'll keep y'all posted on when those things come out. So, I want y'all to realize that, I watched my 73-year-old mother go into retirement before COVID. Then, once COVID hit, start making masks. Then she started had masks for the whole church. The whole church was coming to her, and other folks from other churches were coming to her, and funeral homes and weddings and all these things off of, just one mask pattern. She started building all these masks. Now she's making t-shirts. She done got into sublimation. Now she's getting me to buy some kind of machine. Bless me, y'all, because she my mother, I am like my mother. Once I get into something, I gotta have all the gadgets. Now I see what is going on with me. Okay. Oh Lord, I thought that eventually some of this would go away. Oh God, she's 73 and it ain't went away yet. So bless me. Please keep me in prayer. All righty, Mr. Burrell. I look forward to speaking to you. I look forward to speaking to you. And so my mother birthed a whole nother business in the midst of COVID. And I was like, my goodness. Like, wow. There's never too late. Never count yourself out. Never count yourself out. Never say that you can't do anything. If it comes to your head, it's for you. You may be the visionary and somebody else may work it or whatever, but you're going to make it happen. If you get some partners, you get some teammates, all these things, you're going to make it happen. I'm a diversity consultant and speaker. I'm birthing my book. Hope to release in March. Turned down a contract with a major corporation because they wanted to own my content. Nope, nope, nope. That's right. Create your legacy. Own your stuff. Everybody, no matter what, own your stuff. Own your stuff. If a major corporation sees something in you, that means that you are working at work. So keep it going. Keep it going. It may be a little longer because they would have marketed the mess out of it. But don't worry about it. Just keep it flowing. Okay? Just keep it flowing. Because I look forward to reading your book as well. So please let me know how I can when that comes out. Now, where am I now? What lessons have I learned now? So I actually had my very first meeting leading a diversity team for my university. Crazy making. I found out that I'm going to be on the board for one of the ICF chapters. Oh, Just still doing conference speaking, was able to speak to people in Australia, in India, all of this in COVID. Okay? You know, he didn't stop my show. He just brought the show to my house. You understand? If you are meant to do it, he's going to bring it to you. Just, like I said, the original wasn't working. So I had to try the remix. And once you show up for the remix, if once you start trying, you put one foot in there, he's going to do the rest. He's going to do the rest. And there's so much more that's supposed to come. But the point is, don't give up on yourself. Don't give up on your dreams. If one way is stopped, there's infinite ways to get to the goal. Find the way that works for you and work that thing. Okay? And then ask for help. Somebody has the step that you're missing. Somebody has the path that you need to go. I actually opened up my life coaching business again. I haven't life coached in a very long time. I usually do executive coaching, business coaching, tech coaching. But I actually opened up my life coaching, and I have one of the most amazing clients that, really reminded me why I coach in the first place, And, don't discount the blessing. Don't discount the opportunity. Just because it's not in a Tiffany box, it may be in a paper bag. But you never know what. Hello, Donna. It's the DI. I am blessed by the DI to be in my live stream. I spent the weekend with the DI this weekend. She is absolutely amazing. If y'all are not following her, you need to follow this lady. Powerful woman. Okay, so we got something from Miss Cheryl. So I'm in a Facebook group where there's 100 people in Memphis making masks, and because I provide quality products, I have not missed a beat. Everything I've gotten to be by word of mouth. I am so glad to be blessed during COVID-19. Paid off my student loan and IRS. Yes, he will make a way. Come on now. Come on now. Just don't stop. You might have to take a break, but keep going. Yes, girl. Woo. Come on now. Come on now, sister. Yes. Yes. See, yes. Thank you for sharing that. Somebody need to hear that. Somebody need to hear that. And so, at the end of the day, I think the best lesson was the confirmation I received from the DI this weekend. When she said, we got to stop playing small. We got to stop dumbing down our prices and dumbing down our worth because we think that somebody can't pay for this, or we think that somebody's going to turn us down if we're a higher asking for our worth. I received that. Okay? I received that. If you are working in your integrity and you are doing what you are saying and you are giving quality products, I received that. But when you are charging for a piece, charging like super high prices for a line on a piece of paper, that's another conversation that we can have. But you know what I'm saying. I received that. Do you understand? And this is a time where he is lifting up the people that have been in the background, that have been serving others, that have been lifting others up, that have been moving in different lanes. He is lifting us up. So take your opportunity, take your place, take your space. That's right. There's somebody for everyone. And all of these noise makers and all of that, He's done shifted them out of the way. He's done shifted them out of the way. And now he's bringing this new blood in there. And guess what? You're part of that new blood. You're part of that new blood. And so he's saying, I've opened the door for you. I've cleared the way for you. But now it's your duty to walk in this way that I have opened for you. Do you understand what I'm saying? So if you don't walk in the space that he's prepared for you, there's nobody's fault but you. He's given you a path. He's cleared the way. He's given you the thoughts. He's giving you the opportunity. And if you don't step into it, I don't know. I just don't know. Okay? But like you said, there's somebody out there for everyone. We may not be for everybody, but we are for somebody. And as long as we're not showing up, that somebody is being unserved. Who are you out there not serving that's waiting for you? Who is waiting on your words, your gifting, your products, your services that's not getting anything because you are not stepping out in your gifting? You know, I had to tell myself that. Who am I not serving? And that's hard for a servant leader to say. Who are you not serving? Are you not stepping out in your gifting? Are you not charging what you're supposed to charge so that you can get into that whole nother level? Because, you know, there are people that if they see a low price, they won't even fool with you. That's right. You don't want everyone. That's right. Because not everybody's for you, just like you're not for everybody. You know, some of those connections are not divine. Woo! But guess what? Even those undivine connections, they're those people that are for a season, a reason, and a lifetime. Okay? You want those lifetime people, and you appreciate those seasonal and reason folks because they were there to teach you a lesson that you wouldn't have learned by yourself. And once you've learned the lesson, they've done what they're supposed to do, they can scurry on. Okay? I'm just saying. They can scurry on. But who are we not serving? And you know, I was listening to Di this weekend, and she was saying, you know, you can move me, you can shake me, whatever, but you will not stop me. And we got to take that. A lot of us have let a whole bunch of things stop us from doing what we wanted to do. But we have to realize that we are unstoppable. We have something that we have to give. And if they're trying to stop us that much, oh my God, it must be amazingly powerful that they have to waste all this time to try to stop little old us. I'm just saying, you know, something must be going down. All right. So these are the charges that I have taken upon myself. This is what has been downloaded in me. And maybe this will be something that can help you. Realize who and whose I am. Teach others on how to treat me. Walk in my gifting and don't apologize for who I am and what I'm built to do. I'm not for everybody, but I am for somebody. And I'm going to serve that somebody because that is what I was put on this earth to do. So those are my lessons for 2020. I hope they resonated with you. I hope that you got something from this. Feel free to share it out if you believe somebody needs this. And remember, tell them, you know, this is in story form, so they're going to have to ride the ride. But I hit some points Sometimes I rub, and sometimes, I'm straight shooting. But, I'm going to work on this thing. And as I enter into my faith based component and into my corporate component, I look forward to touching even more lives and doing the thing that I was built to do. And I pray the same prayer for each and every one of you, that you do the thing that you were built to do. So I'm going to start doing more live streams now. Yay. I know y'all been, on Finch drought. I'm bringing back the water. Okay. We're bringing back the water. So we're going to get y'all off Finch drought. And we're going to start. I'm going to tell y'all about that membership program. So y'all be on the lookout for that. Because I'm the first people are going to get some extras, And oh, okay. Please connect with me, Kimberly. I'll be glad to. And at the end of the day, I want to hear what you're doing too, so that I can support you. I will, if it's okay, we can connect. Yes. And Kimberly, let's connect. Cheryl, let's connect some more. I gotta catch up with my sister girl. All righty. Until next time, my loves. Bye.